All right, guys. This video is kind of random out of nowhere, but it had me thinking I had to make a video like this. I had to, be heard about this because I've never heard anything like this before. This is not really Heat related. This is more about the league and, how I never seen this rule before. But this whole Joel Embiid situation. Okay, so the 76ers, who I think they are not a great organization at all. Their philosophy for building a culture is terrible. They have no culture, no winning culture. They try to take shortcuts in being successful, and I just think it's just terrible. They're up there with Boston, just those type of organizations that I just don't like. But the 76ers, okay. They've been doing this tanking thing for the last 3 years or whatever, 4 years. And they drafted about 3 overall number 1 picks, and they all been in the lottery for the past 4 or 5 years for the other picks they got. They drafted Norris Noel, who is not with them anymore, Michael Carter Williams, who is not with them anymore, Joel Embiid, Julie Okafor, Dario Saric. I don't know how you say his freaking name. I'm not European. And they just drafted Markelle Fultz. They drafted all of these guys, these top draft class guys, free agency, not free agents, but top draft class guys. And, why I think that's cool. It's cool. See, my thing about this, when the Spurs tanked, they tanked because they knew they weren't going to go to the playoff. I mean, they knew they weren't going to win the big one, or, the David Robinson thing when he got hurt. See, they had a reason to tank. They had no choice but to tank. What's the point of trying to win or be competitive when you could tank and get a Tim Duncan that could set your organization up? See, people will say that the 70s that use the Spurs as to defend the 76ers case, but it's not the same because oops, sorry. Just hit something. It's not the same because the Spurs did it for one season and just to get Tim Duncan. They didn't continue to do that to build a whole freaking team. You get what I'm trying to say? The 76ers has done this for consecutive seasons. And basically, the coaches suffered. The players that were there, like Nerlens Noel and Julie Okafor, they suffered. Their numbers has went down. Their value has went down because they played for that organization that basically told them to go out there and lose so we can get more picks. I mean, more, quote-unquote stars, And I just don't think that's a good philosophy for winning or building a culture. See, the thing with the Heat last year, I wanted us to do what the Spurs did. I wanted us to take, for one thing, it blew all up in our face. That last year run, we did everything we could to be competitive, and we went on that run. But what happened at the end of the season? A few games short, we lost the tiebreaker to Chicago, and we did all that for nothing. We was in the middle of the pack with the 14th pick in the lottery, which is not always a great pick. Bam Adebayo is still a question mark. I think he's talented, but he's still a question mark. But if we would have lost, let's say, 3 more games, if we would have been trying to be a little smarter and just told him to throw 3 games, we could have had a player like Dennis Smith Jr., a future point guard that Gordon Dragic could have molded, and mentored. And we could have had a future point guard along with Josh Richardson, Justice Winslow, Tyler Johnson, and Whiteside. We could have had a future point guard, a talented point guard like him. But no, we wanted to win every game. And I respect that. I love a team that likes to, win no matter what. But if we wouldn't have did that, we wouldn't have had Dallas. Wouldn't have had Dallas's pick, and we wouldn't have picked Dennis Smith Jr. And we wouldn't have had our point guard of the future. But enough of that. I already been 4 minutes. I got to learn on my time. I got to work on my time management, guys. I know you guys don't like sitting through these trashy videos. That's you looking at a black screen for like 10 minutes. this is the point I'm trying to make. Joel Embiid. Okay, they just gave him a 4-year deal, I think, for 1,408, I think, something like that. 148, something like that. 1,400,000, something like that, guys. I don't know. I don't remember particularly, but they gave him an outrageous contract like that, and he only played 31 games. And I look at the 76ers, said this team, this organization is really incompetent. They're dumb. But then I read today that the 76ers say if he misses 25 games again, that they can get rid of him. They can just void that whole contract and get rid of him. And I don't think it counts against their salary cap. When did this happen? What the hell is this? When did this ever happen? I've never. This is starting to look like the NFL. I never seen nothing like that. An unguaranteed contract if he gets hurt again. When did this ever, like, where did this rule come from? You look at the NBA rule book, you never seen nothing like this. They just pulled this rule out of their ass? Like, what the hell? You can't save the 76ers for being stupid. You can't do that, NBA. What the hell was... No, that's bullshit. We had to fight to get rid of Chris Bosh. Because he was basically... And Chris Bosh is a legend here. He's done a lot for this organization. But he was basically here for the past 2 years sucking up the majority of our fucking salary. And we literally had to fight to the end to void his contract out. These guys, the 76ers, all you have to do is not play 25 games and they just you get to release them. They get a pass. No, if they choose to take that risk with Joel Embiid and sign a contract like that, they have to pay the consequences if he doesn't play. Point blank, period. I don't like how they just pulled this rule out of their ass. I never heard of it before. If I'm wrong, guys, enlighten me in the comment section. Whatever. But I never heard anything like this. And you can't just make rules like this out of nowhere. You guys give me what you think. He Life for 305 out. This video is already too long. Let's get it.